Hey, Brian from Garage Mahal. I normally don't do a lot of woodworking projects or mechanical projects here in my studio on my regular studio desk. However, I have kind of a unique product that I wanted to give you an idea how it works. So it is a SENDUO wire stripper, and to give you kind of an idea of everything that comes in a box. So I did take this out and I was seeing how it worked, and there's a couple things that I wanted to go over that I think will absolutely positively help you out in using this. So one, you get your instruction booklet that comes in there. They also send you a pair of white gloves. In here is it's a second cutting wheel, cutting bearing, if you want to look at that. So that was actually, I was kind of pleasantly surprised. So it comes with two cutting bearings, cutting wheels, whatever you want to call them. So that is the lid to that. I'm going to put that off on the side. So that is your manual crank. And that's kind of why I have this little platform here, so we can experiment around with that. This is your kit of accessories. And there's some useful stuff in here, I'll show you that. So we are going to take this out of the box, get this box out of the way for the time being. I took some close-up photos of, let me show you this mechanism so you kind of see it from the overhead. And then there's a couple useful things in here. Like the 17mm wrench is good, but it comes with one. Definitely get a second one, and I'll show you why. So you'll need those two, one's included, and then you have a smaller Allen key in here. And danger, keep your hands clear. So that is definitely not a joke. Make sure that you, oh actually, let me do the other side. This is the side that I wanted to show you. So remove these two screws, and it said danger, keep your hands clear. Absolutely, without a doubt. So I don't even want to put my hands in there, but however, this is your cutting bearing, your cutting wheel. So you can see from the overhead, you need to have this cutting edge right in the center of these two wire feeds. The close-up pictures, you'll get a better idea of exactly what I mean with that. So in this picture, you can see that I guess the wire draw wheel is on this side, so closest to the outside. So you want to make sure you have two 17mm wrenches on either side to loosen a bolt. You'll see it when it's in there. It's kind of tight, so you want to make sure that you have the cutting wheel basically moved up so you have enough room. And then this is how you adjust it to the wire. So it's just resting on top of the wire, if you can kind of see that. And you want to make sure that that cutting edge is absolutely centered between these two pieces. Otherwise the wire can get pulled to either side. But it's kind of an easy adjustment. Just a little, pay attention. Howard, let's put this down. So this is going to be your adjustment is here. I'll keep it on for a little bit so you can see. I'm not actually going to turn it because I have it dialed in perfect to strip some wire. So I want to keep it there, but it is adjustable. It will travel up and down depending on the size width wire that you are trying to strip. And let's get this. And it was kind of an easy setup, but it wasn't an easy setup, if you know what I mean. Definitely takes some patience, and you have to kind of dial it in to where it's going to be right on. So that's basically how I have this set up. On this side, you do have a wire wheel selector, and it will kind of keep your wire however it's set straight to go in there, depending on the width of wire that you are stripping. This is the handle crank on this side, which is really cool. It's got a flat side to it, so from the overhead, you basically kind of get it on here, and you want to tighten it down with the Allen key. So we're going to set this up so we can do this manually, and thus my workstation, why I have some clearance on this side. Let's push this a little bit more, so I think into frame, so you can kind of see. This is definitely supposed to be bench mounted, just because it will make things a lot easier on the side of the bench, so you can use the handle. It does come with a drill chalk. So at the at the end of this, there are some threads, and you can put this in here, and then you can manually use a drill on this to go through a lot of wire quickly. And again, it does have a sharp blade in it. Be safe no matter what you're doing. Okay, so we're going to use, I think I had some white wire around here somewhere, but we'll use this gray wire, and what you're doing is you're feeding this wire in, and you want to make sure that it gets to the bottom of the feed pieces. And what I'll do is I'll start doing this manually, and see, it kind of jumped out already. So it takes a little bit of patience, and you want to make sure that it's lined up perfectly. And then as you start going through, see, I gotta like tighten this down a little bit. And like I said, there's some fine tuning involved. So, but once you get it dialed in perfect, you can definitely get through some wire. And again, I have to fine tune this. It's kind of good that I'm showing you this, so this way you know it's like not right out of the box. You hop on this thing and then you start going. So now I think I have it just about right. And then let me just loosen up just a hair, and then that will start going through. And then that will start tearing your wire apart, stripping it rather. And let's start over, because I had to redial it in. So let's cut that so we have a nice fresh piece to start off with, which is critical. And then again, I got that line up in that wheel, and then we are going to start cranking it. Again, if you have this bench mounted, it's going to go through here like butter. And then this is your stop set here, so you can get it going. Alright, so once you get to start feed in properly, and you got it locked in, just kind of like tighten it down a little bit. Then as you crank this wire through, it's kind of self-feeding. And you can see as it's clearing, and then when it's done is it's stripped this coating off. So that's pretty cool. So if we wanted to attach the drill, let's get this crank off on the back. So, and then this hand crank comes off. And we'll start this with the drill. Alright, so we'll lock that in. And then nice and slow and controlled. So you feed it through, and that section of wire is basically done, and you can strip that completely off. So with the power drill attachment, you can definitely get through some wire pretty good, and then you got a lot of recycled copper that you can run through this thing, and long lengths as well, which is a great savings thing. This is a regular conduit, and it's got kind of an angled piece on here, especially designed for this. So when you're putting this in here, you're getting it set up, and then you are going to be, again, with the drill or the hand crank, you can go through here, and then it's going to basically strip your wire completely off. So now you have the single strands going through. So I mean, this works like really, really well. And again, it's better if it's bench mounted. I got it kind of loose here just for the whole demonstration purpose of it all. But I mean, look how it just easily separates that wire. And then if you put your take your handle off on this, and then again using your cordless drill, I mean, you can go through. Try to get some of this out of the way here first. I'm not trying to go too fast. So just give you an idea of how how easily that separated that wire for you. Completely separated it. And then you can adjust it down to do your smaller wire, and then you got a lot of easily recycled copper. That is your wire stripper machine. Quick demonstration. I will have a bunch of pictures, you know, in and at the end of this, so you can see close up of how you set it up, how this operates, how you're supposed to precisely have it. And again, it's not like you're gonna put wire in here, set this, and it's good to go. It's gonna take a little bit of fine tuning in the beginning, but once you have it dialed in, you lock this nut down here, and you're good to go. Either with a hand crank or with a, probably use a cordless drill, so you have a little more control than a quarter drill. However, anyway, Brian from Garage Mahal with your wire stripper. Be safe out there. Please be safe out there.